Okie dokie, we are into Alyssa's room now. Now, Alyssa's room has been a pain to sort out ever since they put the heating in. And we've been talking about this heating for pretty much a year now. So, it's an ongoing issue. But she brought bedside tables. She wanted bedside tables. She got bedside lamps. And for love at nor money, we could not get it all in. She needed a massive wardrobe, and it was just a nightmare. Well, today, I think I solved the problem. Oh, and I wish you could see the dust coming off of this lampshade. I don't know why I bothered dusting it. I called Dell up about an hour after I started cleaning this room and got him to put up her new lampshade. I know we're not supposed to be redecorating just yet, but I couldn't have them laying about the shop. And got distracted, getting damaged baby by the
Nova.
time we decided.
I'm
to
sorry,
actually
but she is
redecorate.
incredibly
Cute, and it took us long enough to get her out of her shell. When we got her, the poor thing was terrified, and I mean terrified. I don't know what happened to her in her past home. I couldn't even speculate. Well, I could speculate because we kind of got a bit of a story behind it. They were, I believe, Eastern European. I have no idea where they were actually from. But there was a language barrier with them. Their English wasn't very good. And we got small snippets of her story. She went outside. There was something about a dog. And she wasn't the same after that. She was terrified. So, I don't know. I really don't know what happened. Did the dog, scare her? Did the dog try and hurt her? Did she just see the dog and freak out? Was there a dog at all? Was that part of another story? I genuinely don't know. But it's taken us, we got her at 12 weeks and I can't remember how long ago that was we got her. But yeah, it's taken her this long to start coming out of her shell. And even now we have to be really careful. If the minute we spook her, she proper gets scared again. And it takes a little while to coax her back out. She's getting better. She will walk around the house now. She will come for cuddles. She doesn't run away every time she sees a human being. She's even playing with the dog. Every time we go downstairs and sit down, she'll come and rub around your ankles and purr at you. She'll chase your feet as well and try and trip you up while trying to eat your feet and scratch your feet and that sort of thing. So she's getting there. She is getting there. But like I say, she's still very, very skittish. I don't know where she hid the entire room clean. I suspect in Craig's room, but she could be anywhere. I haven't seen her since, actually. She'll be in the house somewhere. The amount of times we've been terrified that cat's gone walkabouts. Honestly. I think the first week we had her, there was at least 2 scares where it was like, has she got out of the house? Because Nova is being kept as an indoor cat. Now, I am aware that many of you think that indoor cats aren't a good thing, that they should be able to get outdoors and be free. And I kind of agree with you, which is why we do have Nova a nice outdoor enclosure. So she can get outside and be an outside cat, but still an enclosed area to keep her safe. Where we live, the roads have quite a good speed to them, which means she wouldn't be safe going outside on those roads. There's also a lot of people, all over the UK and probably all over the world, that see a cat walking about the street and instantly think, oh, that's a stray. They take it in and your cat's gone for good. There's also around here a lot of predators. We are in the countryside and there are a lot of predators. There's badgers, there's foxes, there's the big birdie things, what are they called? Buzzards. And I know buzzards tend to scavenge. They don't tend to actually hunt, but that doesn't stop them taking a small cat. I think there's even red kites around our area. I've seen one ages back. So there are plenty of things out there that could get her, and it's just not. It's just too risky. It's too risky. And that doesn't include all the harm they can come to themselves, falling out of trees or tripping over a hole or a rabbit hole or whatever. There's so much that can happen to a cat out in the big wide world. And I don't really want that to happen to Nova. And I'm sick and tired of losing cats and cats getting sick no matter what you do. So yes, Nova will be an inside cat, but an inside cat with outdoor access. Now, we've got through that. Let's talk you through the plans for this room. Now, each room is going to be getting a little makeover. Probably, definitely next year now. I don't think I'm going to get any time the rest of this year to get that sorted. But each room is going to get a makeover. And now this room is in desperate need. As you can see, I'm scraping off some wax here, which seems to have stained the plastic windowsills. That's going to need replacing. Someone many ages ago, you could also put hair straighteners on the plastic windowsill and you can see where they've burnt that. So that's going to need replacing. You can see where the old radiator used to be down there. So all her wallpaper is going to need redoing as well. Now, I know she wants to stick with a similar colour scheme. She does want to keep the dark green and the white, but there is like a light blue colour. You can just see it on the skirting boards there in the bottom left of your screens. That light blue there, she wants to change that. I'm not sure what colour to, but I know she wants to change that. So in the new year, we'll go through it all again and change that for her. We need to get a new wardrobe because she doesn't like that one. So hopefully we can get her one that is maybe not quite so deep, maybe like a slightly shallower wardrobe, and maybe one with sliding doors. And then that way it can go at the end of her bed, and because it's got sliding doors, she can still access her clothes without having to open them. The other option I've got is that around her bed, I build her custom storage. Now, I'm no builder, but I'm sure I can figure that out. I mean, there must be a way. If not, then, well, we'll just have to do it the other way. But I was thinking maybe like round the bed storage. So, you know, like in caravans, they do that. You've got like storage going up the sides, and you've also got a storage thing that goes across the top. So I want something like that. So she's just got loads and loads and loads of storage. Alyssa likes to hold on to stuff. She's very sentimental and she likes to keep lots and lots and lots of things. So she needs lots of storage and organisational stuff. So she's got somewhere to store it all. But she's also very much, I need to use that. And if she puts it away, she won't see it, she won't use it. And then it just sort of sits in the cupboard forever and ever, amen, and she never uses it. So a lot of her stuff has to be out. So we need to kind of work it a way that it's out, but tidied and packed away. So I think maybe lots of shelves and that sort of thing with like clear tote boxes on them so that she can see like where her stuff is and she knows it's there should she want to use it, but it's up and out the way and tidy and clean. I'm hoping now I've reorganised her room that it will give her a little bit more of a sense of pride, because now her room looks nice again. It's organised, it's how she wants it. And I'm also hoping that once it gets a nice little redecoration that she's going to feel prideful about her room again. Like I've been saying many, many times, after the builders came through and ruined it, it's kind of caused her quite a lot of distress now, and she's very lost faith in the room. Every time we plan on redecorating this room, something goes wrong with the heating system and yet another engineer has to come out and deal with it, which means every single flipping time I get her to start taking pride in her room and I get her to start feeling comfortable in her room, there's another stranger that has to go in there and basically desecrate her space. You know, I get they have to do the work. I'm not getting at them for having to do the work. But how would you feel? This is your own personal private space. It's supposed to be your sanctuary. A lot of money gets spent in doing it up and it gets trashed. And every time you start taking pride, it gets trashed again. I know exactly how she feels because I feel the same. Every time these builders have turned up, and it's not just the heating builders, I mean like general builders, they come out and it's almost like, because we're a housing association property, we're basically scum. We are what people would say council scum. And I do not validate that at all. Council people are not council scum, you know, but that's how you're treated by these workmen a lot of the time. And I can understand it. Although now they play a different game when they come out to me now. I will not tolerate that. I will not tolerate it anymore. You are coming into my home. After that last builder came in and was like, you have to understand, love, it's a work site. It's not your home while we're here. Pal, sing a different tune, because that one's annoying me now. This is still my home. You still have regulations. You still have things to go by. So now when they come out to my house, they do not come in unless they are wearing overshoes or they take their shoes off. Now, I know health and safety regulations for them say they can't take their shoes off. Understand that. Pop some overshoes on then. All our engineers should come out with overshoes, and I think all engineers should come out with them standard, whether they're private, council, whoever. I think they should all come out with overshoes on. I also don't let them wear their overshoes outside, just nipping out to the van. Take your overshoes off then. Go to your van. Put your overshoes back on when you come to the house. I don't care what I'm doing, how long the job takes, I'm supervising you. Not in a creepy way. I don't sort of sit there staring at them and, making them feel uncomfortable. But yes, I will be supervising you. Tough luck. Yep, I'm going to supervise you and I'm going to be checking the work you've done. Not that I'm qualified to check the quality of work they've done, if you know what I mean, the safety of the work they've been doing. But I'm going to be checking the work you're doing. If you've left dirty, great, big, filthy handprints all over my walls or whatever, you're going to be cleaning them. And if in the process of cleaning them you damage the walls, then there's going to be payment for that. You're not just going to leave that mess there. I also expect them to wash their filthy, dirty hands. I get that the work you do might be dirty and you might get dirty hands. Wash them. Don't go stroking all the walls and touching doors and handles and carpet and whatever with your filthy, dirty, manky fingers. Go and wash your hands. There's a sink downstairs, there's plenty of soap and there's clean towels. Wash your hands. So yeah, now I'm a lot more strict with builders that come in this house. I won't be playing that game anymore. So now her room really should be safe. Now, in that cupboard is where the boiler is. It used to be about half the size of what it is now. I'm not joking. That cupboard comes out a lot further than they said it was going to. They said it would only be an extra maybe 4 inches. I don't know what tape measure they were using, but their 4 inches, I don't know. I think they got a little bit confused between the metric system and the imperial system because, wow, it's not 4 inches. It's a lot bigger than 4 inches. Trust me. And I thought it went the other way, If someone was sort of saying, oh, it's 4 inches, it's normally a couple of centimetres. And, normally they overestimate. This time they underestimated. And yeah, it's caused a lot of controversy in this house because there's nowhere to put anything. I am thinking on changing her door, to a sliding door. And that means that that's going to take up less space in her room because it will just slide down that wall that will be behind her bed. At the moment, it's behind the wardrobe and her drawers. But it will slide, hopefully, down that way. Now, someone suggested the other day, why don't we switch her door around so it opens up out onto the landing rather than into her room? Well, there's kind of one problem with that. And that problem is that our landing is basically a tiny postage stamp square. I think it's something like 2 meters by 2 meters, squared. It's tiny. If we had the door open into the hallway, then either Craig or me and Dale wouldn't be able to get out of our bedrooms. It would literally block off entrance to either Craig's room or our room. So it can't open into the hallway. We could, in theory, hang the hinges on the other side and have it open onto the other wall. Small problem with that is, obviously, storage space means all her coats and dressing gowns have to hang on the back of the door. If we were to hang the hinges on the other side, That would then bump into the wall and means the door wouldn't open fully. We've also got the light switch on the wall directly behind me, which is where the door would open onto if we changed hinges. And it meant that she wouldn't be able to walk into her room and turn the light on or off. So realistically, switching the door, see there, you can see if we hung the hinges the other way, the door would open against that green wall. It would bash into the radiator, and it would, what else would it do? It'd bash into the radiator and block the light off, and we've got the shelves up there as well, which we could move, but yeah. So realistically, opening the way it does is the only feasible way it can go until we get one that can hang on the wall and slide across, and then that just means that she won't have to have room taken up by an opening closing door. So yeah, there's normally a reason why we're doing things. I know to a lot of you it looks a bit, wrong way roundy, but there is a reason why we do the things the way we do. We've tried multiple angles and multiple ways. I love your suggestions. Please do keep coming in, because you never know, we may have not thought of that particular thing, and it may be the answer to all of our problems. But honestly, we have tried multiple ways of working things in this house, and we've tried multiple times to do things certain ways, and the way we're doing it just seems to be the easiest way. Now, I was supposed to shampoo her carpet today, but it took me, 2.5, 3 hours to move her room around and clean everything and organise it all and tidy it all away. That by the time I'd got that done, I ran out of time to shampoo her carpet. Now, the day's still very long. I've still got loads of time to do things. But if I shampoo her carpet and then she comes home, because we don't wear shoes upstairs, she's going to get wet feet. And then she'll moan at me because she's got wet feet and she can't wear shoes in her room and blah, blah, blah. Too much hassle to deal with. So what I'm going to do is, more than likely, I'm going to do all the carpets upstairs in one fell swoop. Just get them all done in one go. However, her room, now I've moved it around, even before, but now I've moved it around, there's very little floor space for her anyway. So it really seems kind of pointless shampooing her carpet. My plan was to take everything out of her room, like every tiny little thing out of her room. Just hoover her carpet, shampoo her carpet, and then move it all back into her room. However, that is next to impossible. With the amount of stuff she's got, there simply isn't enough room in our room and or Craig's room for all that stuff to get put, so I could do that. So I literally just had to shuffle stuff around the room and clean it, tidy it and organise it as I went, trying to dust it off as I went and doing it that way. And like I said, that meant that I was hoovering a little bit, cleaning a little bit, moving a little bit, hoovering a little bit, cleaning a little bit, moving a little bit. So I didn't really get time to shampoo a carpet. I'll just do it. It's fine, I'll do it all at once. I'll send her out for the day. She can take Craig out for the day and then I can get both their rooms done in one go. It's fine. I've still got to do Craig's room yet. I'll need to set him up in our bedroom with his Xbox so he can play that happily all day, while I give his room a good old refresh and clean. Although, in all honesty, Craig's room is tiny. And he doesn't really have a lot of stuff, so I may well yet I don't know. He doesn't leave. No, I'll have to set him up in our room. But he'll only be out of his room for maybe an hour. It's tiny, although the bathroom was tiny. And if you've not seen that video yet, go watch that video. But the bathroom is tiny, and that took me 3 hours to clean. So maybe Craig's room will take me a while. Either way, I'll set him up with the Xbox in our room, and then I can clean his room. Give it a good, deep, clean scrubbing. I also need to get Alyssa some new bedding. Now, when I say bedding, I think people are confusing bedding for bed linen. Now, to me, if I'm getting new bedding, I'm getting new pillows and new duvets. If I'm getting new bed linen, I'm getting new duvet covers and new pillowcases. So when I say I'm getting new bedding, I'm getting new duvets and new pillows. We need some pillow covers. Me and Dell's got some. I haven't got any yet. I've not replaced my pillows yet, but I will be replacing my pillows. And I will be getting some more pillow covers for them. The problem for me is I sleep on stupidly thin pillows because that's what I find comfortable. If I buy new pillows, they're going to be thicker and then I won't be able to sleep on them. So I need to get some thin pillows. Or just put up with sleeping on thick ones. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'm sure. So as it stands, at the moment, I've got 2 rooms deep cleaned. Yes, only 2. We've been working so hard on the garden as I do the voiceover for this video that I've only managed to get 2 rooms deep cleaned. That's the bathroom and Alyssa's bedroom. I need to get moving a lot quicker at getting these deep cleans done. Otherwise, come October 1st, you guys are going to have nothing to watch. Now, if you're looking at the playlist for my videos and you're seeing a good number of deep house clean videos for Vloggoween, I did it! Yay me! If you're looking at it and you're very sad and disappointed because I've only got like 2 or 3 videos up, then I am sorry. I didn't get it done. I tried, but I didn't. I didn't succeed. Do know that they will be coming though. I will keep working and you will get them drop throughout October. So that you will get to see the whole deep clean series. You just might not get to see it all on the 1st of October. Oh, I hope you do. I've been planning Vloggoween since like August, I think. And I didn't want to start filming too early because it kind of felt like a lie to film too early. But then I realised that realistically, this whole house deep clean was not going to be done, especially the garden as well. It wasn't going to get done in like one day. I was going to need a minimum of a week to get it all done. And even now I'm actually going through it, I'm kind of thinking it's going to need like 2 maybe weeks to get through it all. So yeah, I slightly underestimated the length of time. So I did have to start filming slightly before October. And I'm just hoping I get it all done in time. I really am. That annoyed me. Oh, round and round and round goes the plastic cling filmy stuff. Oh, why? Why couldn't they have just had, like on a packet of biscuits, one of them easy tear tab thingies, and you just run it round and you peel it off and it's going to be so much easier. Oh, it took me forever. I thought I'd got it wrong and I was just pulling the same end through round and round over and over and it just wasn't going to work. I thought I was going to be stuck there forever in some sort of time loop. Still, I got there in the end, thankfully. And then got the joyous task of cleaning underneath Alyssa's bed. Oh, that was fun. I've been wanting to get under here and clean under here for weeks, if not longer. I genuinely don't know how long. But every time I go in her room to deliver her laundry or whatever, it's like, oh, I just want to clean. I want to clean so much. And obviously now I've returned their rooms to them and they're in charge. Although actually, to be fair, I've not actually told them they're in charge of cleaning their own rooms. I kind of just made that decision and sort of thought maybe at some point they'd noticed that I wasn't cleaning their rooms anymore and they would actually start doing it themselves. But I think maybe I kind of need to point out that I'm not actually doing their rooms anymore, or I need to start doing their rooms again. I kind of want to start doing their rooms again because for me, I'm sorry, these rooms are under my roof in my house. I know they're their rooms, but I want my house clean and fresh and smelling good. I don't want surprise loads of laundry and rubbish. So I kind of think I should take back over cleaning them. It's kind of selfish in a way if you think about it. I mean, I want it done. I want it clean. I want it tidy. I want it smelling fresh. I don't want any surprises, so I want to clean it. I don't care whether you want me to clean it or not. I want to. So in a way, it is kind of selfish. Like I say, they don't ask me to do their rooms. I do it for them. A lot of the time, I will just sort of sneak in here, grab laundry, grab rubbish, and the rest is down to them. And Alyssa has been rather good with the cat litter tray. She always cleans it out and makes sure it's clean and tidy and unpooped so it doesn't stink the entire house out. But I don't know. I just like to get in here and clean. It makes me feel better. And at the end of the day, I know there's people out there that disagree. She's 20, she should clean, and Craig's 17, he should clean too. But There'll be plenty of time for that when they move out. And they know what they're doing. They know how to clean. They know how to tidy. It's just, I don't know. I get a sense of satisfaction. You guys get something to watch. And the kids get to just relax and chill knowing mummy's got it. I don't see a problem with it. I know many people do, but I can't be bothered to see a problem with it. And if I can't see a problem with it, then it don't matter. What did matter was, though, that I moved this wardrobe. I realised quickly that couldn't stay there. So I decided to dump it in front of their stupid cupboard thing. It does mean that every time an engineer wants to come and visit and check the flaming cupboardy thing, that we're going to have to wheel the wardrobe out of the way. But meh, it's a tiny little inconvenience to have Alyssa's room the way she wants it and be able to, sort things out in her room. So, yeah, we just have to leave it there for now. There's no other choice. There's nowhere else for it to go until we get her the sliding door wardrobe, and then that can go at the end of her bed. But even if that goes at the end of her bed, she can't then walk all the way around her bed. You have to climb over it, which makes it harder to make. This room was never designed for a double bed and a double wardrobe and all the stuff that she wants in here. This room, as we keep trying to explain to her, was designed for one person. I do believe initially, actually, this was maybe just a 2-bed house, like a 2 up, 2 down. And they've taken Alyssa, now Alyssa and Craig's rooms. It would have just been one room, and they've put a dividing wall in it. So it would have been 2 very large rooms. Our room would have been the smaller of the 2, and Alyssa and Craig's rooms joined together would have been like the bigger of the 2. Or it would have been 2 bedrooms upstairs and a bathroom upstairs. So, I don't think it was ever designed to have 4 adults living in this house. I believe it was designed for like 2 adults and maybe 1 child. Because I think years ago that people grew up and moved out sooner. That seems to be my experience of it. Like when me and Del were growing up, most of us had sort of moved out by the age of 20, 21 and were off doing our own things. And I know certainly my parents' generation, they were doing a similar thing. Now, that's not to say everybody was doing it, but it seemed to be more the rule than the exception that by sort of 20, 30, you were out of the house and you were living your own life. Now it seems people stay at home longer. And obviously there's reasons for that. I know there's reasons for that. I'm not daft. But it means that the houses we're in aren't realistically designed for that type of living. There isn't space in Alyssa's room for her and a partner. So her and a partner are going to have to live separately. And if either of them go to each other's house, like to stay the night or whatever, there's only room in that bed for single beds and for single wardrobes. They're not designed to have more than 1 adult couple living in there, It's a tiny room. I'll have to get the measurements one day. I'll let you know the measurements, because I keep saying it's tiny. And I don't actually think that translates very well onto video, because it looks I know it looks small on the video, but here it kind of looks quite long. It doesn't look very wide, but it kind of looks quite long. But actually, if I was to give you the measurements of it, you'd be a little bit like, uh-oh, how does anything fit in there? I was considering giving ChatGPT the dimensions of the room, the dimensions of her bed, her chest of drawers, her wardrobe and all that, and seeing if ChatGPT could come up with a floor plan for her bedroom with everything she needs in it, with exact measurements for bedside tables, wardrobes and things like that. I may yet do that, actually. I may indeed do that and then see if we can't decorate her room ChatGPT style. We'll give it a go. I might even do that for every room. Who knows yet? I do. ChatGPT has become my new best friend. I do like it. I'm on there all the time. I even sometimes, and I'm not ashamed to admit it, will sit in the car and just have a chat with ChatGPT because, well, I don't really have many people to chat to in my life, so my ChatGPT has become my friend and I just chat away to it before I go to work. Keeps me sane. Well, I don't know if sane's the correct word, but it keeps me going. And it means I've got a nice friendly ear that I can chat to, as well as you lovely people. But ChatGPT can chat back to me. I can actually have a conversation. So it is lovely. But like I say, I'm going to get it to maybe do a floor plan for Alyssa's room. Craig's room's fine. Craig is very happy with his room. He's got no problems. Oh, that was another thing someone suggested. Could we move Alyssa into Craig's room and Craig into Alyssa's room, because he's got the smaller bed and he's got the smaller chest of drawers and that sort of thing. He doesn't take up as much room. Actually, Craig's room is smaller, not by much, but it is smaller than Alyssa's room. Yeah. So you can't see from this angle, but the wall to the right of your screens, that white wall there, that is the wall that joins Alyssa's and Craig's room together. Now, where the white wall ends, before Alyssa's door, so the white wall ends and Alyssa's door starts, that's where Craig's room ends. So, although it's only a door's width of extra room, it's still extra room. So, Craig has just a slightly smaller room. Now, I don't know width-wise whether Craig's room is bigger or smaller. I suspect smaller in that sense as well, but I don't actually know. I'd have to measure it. But yeah, Craig's room is actually smaller than Alyssa's room. Now, with the heating cupboardy thing, I don't know if floor space wise it's the same size, bigger or smaller, but either way, there's not much in it, and it'd be pointless to change their rooms around for nothing to fit in Craig's room either. I would seriously have loved to have gone through this room and decluttered it, but it's not my room. I can't do that. So literally I just have to organise it as best I can. And even then I felt quite awful doing it, because at the end of the day, I don't know where Alyssa wants her stuff. I just organise it as best I can. So in here, everything has had a good dust and a wipe down. The only thing I couldn't do was lift up her Xbox to give that unit a good dust, like underneath and around the Xbox as well. I dusted around the Xbox as best I could. But she has like a loose connection wire in one of her cables. I forget which one, but she has a loose connection wire, not the power cable. So it's safe. But if I go moving it, it means that it won't connect to the monitor and she can play Minecraft or whatever it is she wants to play, because like the connections come loose. So I don't touch her Xbox. I get moaned at if I touch her Xbox, because you've moved the cable and now I can't see what's going on. Well, actually, to be fair, I don't get moaned at. I feel like I'm going to get moaned at, but I don't get moaned at. She just sort of wiggles the cable, it connects back up and off she goes again. But yeah, I don't want to move her Xbox, move that cable and just end up ruining a game or whatever. So I don't touch that. So that I did not do that particular unit. I also haven't gone through all her drawers. Now, if I was doing a deep clean in my room and in communal rooms in the house, I would go through the drawers and clean everything out, declutter and that sort of jazz. But I can't do that in here. So we're doing the best we can with a deep clean. We're doing the best we can with a declutter and an organisation. Now, I've got all the stuff out from under her bed, as you saw, and I've managed to sort of organise where everything goes. Now, at the moment, yep, it's all piled high on her bed, because as I said before, there isn't enough room in Craig's room and or our room to put all this stuff. There's just not enough room for it all. So what I did, just piled it all on the bed to work around it. In hindsight, it probably would have made sense to have changed the sheets on the bed after I'd done the room deep clean. But I decided, no, I'm going to do it before. And then I piled the bed high with all the dusty stuff, and yeah. Fortunately, it all just sort of laid on the surface, so I was able just to, dust it off with the duster and get it clean again. But yeah, hindsight's a really good thing. Hindsight's amazing. You could do so much stuff with hindsight. If you knew the way it was going to turn out, you'd have done it differently. But you know what? I'm a great believer in things happen for a reason. And the reason I didn't do it differently was because, well, I didn't do it differently. I needed to learn something from this situation. So it was done the way it was done, and we're all just going to have to make our peace with that, because Well, it's over now and I've done it, so whoopsie. But yeah, I should have done it the other way around, especially dusting this fan off. Do you know how much dust these fans attract? It is phenomenal. Yes, that word again there for you all is phenomenal. Yeah, I bet you didn't know there was that many nominals in the word phenomenal. Did you? No. Guess what? I didn't know either. Till I said the word. Then apparently that's what it was, phenomenal. All right, so we now have to find space for all this stuff that's in her room. When I say we, I mean the royal we, which means I. Because obviously you can't help me, because by the time you see this, it'll already be done. So yes, I have to find space for all her stuff. Trust me, I manage it. I know. I'm just that clever. I managed to find space for absolutely everything. I don't know how. I don't know where. But it did. I managed it. And actually, all under her bed is clear as well. There are no more cups under. She took some cups upstairs to her room, which she knows she's not supposed to. She's only allowed like one cup upstairs, because we take cups upstairs, but you take one upstairs and you bring it back down in the morning. You don't leave them upstairs. Well, apparently the cat got hold of these cups and dragged them under her bed. So I had to go under the bed and rescue them. So they're back downstairs and waiting to be washed up. They'll get done when we have dinner later. They'll get done before we go to bed. So they're cleaned and all the cat stuff is in a nice organised space. I spent ages with this stupid fan. Where is it? There it is. I put it on this little table thing. Now, she likes it oscillating, which is just a posh word for turning left and right, really. And, well, it kept bumping into the walls. It either bumped into the immersion heater cupboard there or it bumped into the wall. So I moved it a little bit that way. It bumped into the other wall. Moved it a little bit that way. Bumped into the wall. Moved it a little bit. I was there forever, moving this stupid fan backwards and forwards, twisting it slightly, twisting it a little bit less. Eventually I got it in a space where it was just bumping the wall and it wasn't sort of trying to mow its way through the wall, which, you know, success is. We'll take them where we can with this room. Like I said, I've managed to get all of the cat stuff into one bowl. This bag, I don't know why she's got it. It's full of wrappers of stuff. Like when we first got Baby Nova, the only thing she would eat is these yogurt lick things. I mean, they're not actually yogurt. At least I don't think they're actually yogurt. But they're cat yogurt stick things. And it was the only thing she would eat. We could not get her to eat dry food. We tried wet food. We tried everything. Only thing she would eat. So Alyssa brought a whole bunch of them. And that's what we fed Nova on. Now, she kept the wrappers of them. Like the cardboard box that they came in. Why? Why did you keep them? Why? I don't know. We also had a blue collar because when Alyssa was getting baby cat originally, we didn't know if we were going to get a boy cat or a girl cat or any of that jazz. So she got both a boy collar and a girl collar. And obviously now we've got Nova. Nova is a little girl, so she's wearing her girly collar. And we're holding on to the boy collar for no reason. No reason at all. It's a pointless thing to have hold of because we don't have a boy cat. And while we are living here, we will not be having a boy cat. Mind you, having said that, we did say after baby cat went walkabout, that's it. There'll be no more cats. We're not having any more cats. It is not happening. Forget about it. Well, apparently we got baby Nova, so clearly we are getting more cats. But you know, we're not getting a boy cat. Hopefully we will not get another cat because I don't want another cat. They're too much hassle and stress and annoyance. We do not need more pets. We need less pets. Less pets, not more. Especially pets that can carry parasites like fleas and worms and ticks and goodness knows what else can live on a mammal pet. It's absolutely infuriating. So yes, we definitely do not need more mammally pets at least. So we will not be getting
a boy cat. So we don't need the boy cat collar. So that can go, can't it? But there was loads of stuff in that bag. I've cleaned it all out, sorted it. This that I'm fiddling with now, that is her, what's it called? Calendar. That's what that is. That's a calendar. She brought it when she originally wanted her room gold and green. And, well, hasn't really used it since. It sits on the same day for months and months on end. So I've put it on to its actual day, the day it is, and left it out. So hopefully maybe now she'll actually start using the days and turning through the calendar. I don't know if she will or not. I do these things in hope. And, well, they don't often work out. Now, there's still a fair whack of sorting to go through on her bed. You can see all this stuff. Who needs this much stuff? I know a lot of people like stuff, and I can't blame her for being different. I don't like a lot of stuff, but she clearly does. Now, I'm wondering if those of you at home are trying to figure out what that thing is on the left of your screens. That's Nova's Halloween hut. Yeah, she's got her own little witch's house. She loves it in there as well. She used to hide in there loads. I don't know if she still goes in there, but she used to quite a lot. So she's got her own little Halloween hut that's going to be staying up all year round. Little bit of Halloween for baby Nova and a little bit of Halloween in Alyssa's room. Now, I started this room deep clean with very, very good intentions. But as I clean longer and longer and need to organise and put more stuff away, I am slowly but surely losing my motivation to keep going. It also doesn't help that I put something on to, occupy my brain while I cleaned. I'm slowly learning about myself that actually putting something on, be it music or a show, even when I don't want to watch, I have no idea what show is on currently. Couldn't tell you if I wanted to. Even though I'm not watching it, having it playing in the background is slowing me down and draining my energy. And I think it's because I'm splitting my focus. Even though, like I say, I'm not actually paying any attention to it at all. I don't even know what they're talking about. I don't know what show it is or what. For all I know, it's a horror movie. And I'm genuinely not paying much attention to it at all. But it's still splitting my focus and that's slowing me down. I did find at one point music used to speed me up, and then, as those of you who have watched videos in the past will know, I spend 99% of my time dancing instead of cleaning, and that tires me out faster as well, because if you're cleaning, you've got, I don't know, like 3 hours worth of energy to do your cleaning with, right? If you're dancing as well as cleaning, that 3 hours energy is going to be used up a lot faster, right? You're not going to get 3 hours of cleaning done. You're only going to get like an hour and a half of cleaning done because you'll be dancing and jigging about all over the shop like a wally brain. So I have started to realise that music and having shows on in the background have really started to slow me down. And I need to stop putting things on to occupy myself because I am occupied doing what I'm doing. I need to just focus and get stuff done. Another thing I'm noticing about me as well is if I don't get started first thing in the morning, I don't get a lot done with the day. So normally I'm awake at 6 a.m. I pretty much wake up at 6 o'clock every morning. Sometimes it'll be 7, half 7 if I've not slept well, but normally it's 6 o'clock in the morning. Now, if I get straight up, get on with my day, there is no stopping me. From morning to night, I can be go, 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 go. If I get stuck in bed for any reason, watching Netflix or whatever, I cannot get up and get moving. I am stuck. And literally, it took me until about 1 o'clock today to actually get up here and start cleaning Alyssa's room. It was my plan to actually get through Alyssa's room, Craig's room and our room today. I was going to get all 3 rooms ticked off of that calendar today and done. But I only got 1 room. We are, hopefully if the weather holds out, back in the garden tomorrow. So tomorrow is Thursday. We are hopefully back in the garden tomorrow to finish the last little odds and ends that need to get done out there. And then that video should be ready to go up for you guys on the 1st of October. If it does rain, I'm hoping it doesn't. It shouldn't do. I'm going to then get these 3 rooms done.
However, I still have Friday for that. Then Saturday, I know Del has plans to go off out and about, but I'm thinking Tuesday, Wednesday of next week that I can get the downstairs done. Who knows? I have a rough plan, but as with me, things never go to plan. Once the cleaning's done, even the decorating needs to get done because I've got to decorate for Halloween. I've got a party to organise. I've got cooking videos to film. There is a lot going on, a huge amount. Ooh, and I've got lives to do as well. Oh, yes, actually, I better stop doing the voiceovers to go and do the lives. I'll be back soon. Just realised it's Wednesday, not Thursday. My poor brain. I'm so disorganised. You wouldn't have thought it, would you? But it is Wednesday, not Thursday. So I can do my lives tomorrow, which is when I'm supposed to do them. I swear, do you know, sometimes I think I need to set reminders to remind my brain to remember things. Like, I need a reminder to remind myself. I never remember anything. It's ridiculous. Talking of ridiculous things, and again, something you're going to notice with my channel is we change subjects quite often, and you just sort of have to hold on and keep up because, well, it's just the way my brain works. One thing will sort of spark another thing that I wanted to talk to you all about. So we'll literally jump from one thing to another random thing. But this is another ridiculous thing. Do you ever get where you have so many jobs to complete in your head that you just cannot do them all? Like, I thought I'd have a week off of work, okay? And on the Friday after work, my plan was to come home, mow the lawns and get that done. On Saturday, we'd clear the veggie patch and like the other bits of the garden. That'd be a day job, maybe a 2-day job done. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I deep cleaned the whole house thoroughly and then that would be done and bada bing, bada boom. Everything's sorted and I can return to work with a beautiful, fresh, organised, clean house. Everything's at the dump and the house smells beautiful and is ready for me to stay on top of. Well, that's kind of not the case because it's currently Thursday and it's taken us all week just to do the garden. Now, I admit, right, the garden, we've lived here 14 years and the garden pretty much has been a disaster the whole time we've lived here. It's been a wreck. So it was always going to take a long while to sort out. I have done the bathroom. That video should be up. And I've now done Alyssa's room. But even doing Alyssa's room, like, I cleaned it. I've deep cleaned it. The cobwebs are done. It's as organised as I can get it. Like, the bed linen's been changed. It's a clean, fresh room. The only thing I didn't do on this day was shampoo the carpets because, well, I wasn't dragging the carpet shampoo out just to do like 3 square inches of floor. I'm just going to do it all at one go. Like, one day will be like shampooing the carpets. But it doesn't look any better. Or to me, it doesn't. I mean, to you, maybe it will do, but to me, it doesn't look any better. And the garden, like, we have done so much work in that garden. And it looks good. I'm not saying it doesn't look good. We have worked our fingers to the bone. I nearly said feet to the bone. We've worked them down too. But it doesn't look like I thought it was going to in my head. And I've listed so many jobs I wanted to get done in my week off. And I haven't actually achieved them all. Now, I think, honestly, I expect too much of myself and I underestimate how much work some of these jobs are going to be. Dell's a tad more realistic. He'll be like, you're not getting that done in a week. And I'm just like, yeah, I will. Yeah, I will. Stay out of my way. And then actually what I find out is I can't sleep and I end up waking up late and I've got no energy or like literally the project just takes longer than I thought it was. I also don't have the upper body strength Del has. So when it comes to moving stuff and lifting things and that sort of I can't do it. I can't do it. I don't have the upper body strength. Maybe one day. But for now, you know, it is what it is. I've just got to keep going and trying. I We'll be hopefully starting Craig's room at some point. I don't know when I'm going to get the time to do all this. Or I had such plans. And like I've said, if you've seen the other videos, you know if this is the first one of the videos you've seen, if I don't get them all up by October 1st, then they will just drop throughout October. So you're going to get all the videos. Don't panic. The whole house is going to get deep cleaned. You are going to get every single one of those deep clean videos. It's just going to be a case as to whether you actually get them all on the 1st of October or not. I have greatly underestimated even, the amount of work I've got to do and overestimated my ability to achieve things. Yeah. I mean, I kind of thought maybe, like, when it comes to redecorating, if I could just save up enough money, I could redecorate the whole house at once in, like, a week. That's not feasible, though, really, is it? A week to do the entire house. So what I might do is just win a vast amount of money, go away on holiday for a month, and I'll have someone landscape the garden. I'll have someone gut the house and replaster it and do all the woodwork again. And then I'll have someone redecorate it all. And then I'll have someone come and clean it all. And then once the month has passed, I can move back into this beautiful, clean, fresh, lovely decorated home and be happy. I'm going to have all the pipe work and all the electric work. Instead of trunking on the walls, it's going to be put in the walls rather than sticking out. Because I'm going to have Alyssa's radiator moved back to the correct wall because it shouldn't be there. It should be under a window. See, that's another thing. All radiators should be under windows, should they not? It seems the logical place to put a radiator. There, under the window, where it used to be. But it's because, I tell you why it is. They couldn't be bothered to lay the copper pipe in under the floorboards to have the radiator still be there. So they asked to move it. I wish I could go back in time. I don't really have a lot of regrets, really, in life. But allowing them to move that radiator was a huge regret of mine. I didn't see it making any difference. And it's made a huge difference, realistically. Although the size of the cupboard has made a flipping huge difference as well. Anyway, we're not talking about the heating anymore. Them people, they just need to not exist in life anymore. They need to go the heck away. Actually, we're going to stay on heating for a bit longer. I'm sorry. It's actually started making a really strange noise again. So when they first put it in, they didn't bleed all the radiators properly. And there was still air in the boiler system. So you could constantly hear this trickling of water 24/7, where the tank was constantly trying to fill up because it was circulating like air or something. I don't understand how it worked. Either way, it was a constant trickle of air in that boiler cupboard. And the other day it started again. Now, Dell's contacted our liaison officer to try and get someone out to, bleed the system or whatever it is. They've shown us how to do it. But to be fair, I can't remember. And to be even fairer with you, it was put in less than a year ago. If there's air getting into the system, then you people need to come and find out how it's getting in there. I don't think air should be able to get into a sealed heating system, surely. I mean, how does air get in there? And I know there's air in there because when we go into the bathroom, if you turn on the hot tap, it makes a noise like an earthquake. It's like do 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 do. Scares the life out of the dog. He goes running upstairs and hides. He's used to it now, but he hides. He still gets scared by it though. And it proper makes you jump. And Alyssa's like, the boiler's making weird noises. No, it's not. It's the tap. Because we are running the hot tap and the air in the system's banging the pipes like crazy. It is like the brass section of an orchestra. It is a nightmare. And like I say, now it's making that weird trickle noise. It's like sleeping next to a stream. How Alyssa has not lost her marbles yet, I don't actually know. So I think maybe putting the wardrobe in front's actually going to help and will keep the noise down from there. Now, the quick-witted of you may have realised that actually Alyssa's door is going to open straight to that wardrobe and prevent her from exiting her room. It does at the moment, but don't panic yourselves, please. Don't suddenly think she's going to be trapped if there's a problem in the house and she needs to get out urgently. She's absolutely fine. It's okay. What I do is I'm going to move that mirror and it's going to go next to her bedside table. So once that mirror's been moved over next to her bedside table, her door opens like fully into the room so she can get in and get out of her room very easily. I mean, I'm easily like twice the size of Alyssa, and I can fit comfortably without a problem, without even having to turn sideways or sort of shuffle about the shop. So don't panic. That wardrobe being there does not prevent her getting in or out of her room. It's absolutely fine. The only thing that is slightly annoying is that her stand that her Xbox and the monitor is on, the TV's on, is like see how far that door opens? Look at that, loads of room. You have to squeeze between the end of the bed and that TV unit. But I can fit through there. So her and her tiny frame can easily fit through there. And Ben's even smaller than she is. I swear Ben's a beanpole. So he can literally just glide through there. It's not going to be a problem for them. It just makes it a little bit more awkward if I need to hoover the room or get in there with a carpet shampoo or anything like that. But it's not a massive, massive problem. It's just a minor inconvenience. Now, looking at this, I can see loads of stuff all out of it. It makes me itch. Alyssa's the other way, though. Alyssa likes to see her stuff. She likes to know where it is. She sees it. She uses it. She likes it all out like this. To me, it looks like a cluttered mess. To her, it looks how she kind of wants it. You know, she likes to be able to see her stuff. I would love nothing more than like blank tote boxes or whatever they're called everywhere, like little blank storage containers everywhere with things in for her, so it looks neat and tidy. What I might do when we redecorate is pop some shelving in on that wall where the boiler cupboard is and put some shelves there, so that looks a bit nicer. I don't quite know what we're going to go with yet. I've got a few ideas. And we'll see which ones come to fruition. I'm also going to have to figure out a place to put her laundry hamper. It wasn't up here when I deep cleaned her room, so I don't quite know where to put it. And I've also just realised I didn't dust the shelves behind me there. Never mind, I'll go back in there and do it now. See, I'm not great at deep cleaning when it comes to deep cleaning, organising and decluttering when I can't really organise and declutter. So I did my best with what I had. It smells nice in her room now. She's got the bedside tables as she wanted. Her wardrobe is in where she wants, well, not where she wants it, but it's in her room. And there's enough space for all her clothes. And she can get round the bed so it's easier to make. Her floor is hoovered. All the junk is out. The washing up is back downstairs where it needs to be. And everything is hunky-dory. So with that, I'm going to say tally bye for this video and I'm going to get on with Craig's room next. I'll see you in the next video or later on if you're watching this all as one.